No! No! I don't like it!
Dan is showing a textbook example of the gasp reflex and why cold water is dangerous. We've got to go all the way under. As those of you that know me will be aware, is I've had to spend a lot of my life in cold conditions, whether that is high up on Himalayan peaks or just in, you know, mountains in winter time, for filming and for man vs wild, for running wild. I've had to do so many frozen lake swims through the ice, crossing big rivers. What I've learned is two things. One is cold water is actually dangerous. You know, you do have to be really careful with it. The other thing I've learned is that it is actually quite healthy for you, and more research is coming out now that cold water every day, doing some ice training, some cold water training, even if it's for a few minutes, can really help you, not just your immune system, but also I think that inner resilience. So I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. It's my cold water trough at home. Today, I'm going to do this with a great friend of mine, one of our crew, the very brilliant Dan Etheridge. He has been behind the camera with me from season 1 of Man vs Wild. He's been a best friend, and he's going to kindly volunteer to join me in the ice trough. So this is Dan. How are you, Danny boy?
Yeah, I'm not kindly volunteering to do this. This is rubbish.
Been kindly volunteered.
I've normally got a dry suit on. You do all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is about this, you'll notice it is a 2-man trough, so to do it on my own wouldn't quite be right. So this gets up, instead of hovering at about 3 or 4 degrees, it gets up to like 8, 9 degrees, which even, they still say if you Google 8 degrees water, they say it's a serious shock of risk of death. But we want to get it lower than that, so I bought some ice to help us, so we're going to tip all of this in as well. And most people, whenever they do difficult things, they're always like, oh, this doesn't, oh, I can do it, they must, and you don't believe them. You know they're not quite telling you the truth. Dan is always brutally honest, and he did say, when I said, would you help me with this? He said, well, cold water, it's a bit of a nemesis for me. So we will see.
My heart's going before we can get in this thing. I haven't got enough on me.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3 minutes. Let's do it.
No! 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 I don't like it.
Well, and then we got to go all the way under. Oh, and then
oh, it's horrible.
The best way is to go into a meditative state,
oh, mate,
where you keep breathing and you try and slow your heart rate down and relax, embrace the cold. And yeah, you see, look, Dan is showing classics.
This is bad.
Classic example of what's called the gasp reflex, which is when you go into, and it happens a lot of people accidentally go through the ice or frozen lake. The first reaction is this. Like Dan, and then you breathe in the water and then you drown. So Dan is showing a textbook example of the gasp reflex and why cold water is dangerous. But hopefully we're not going to drown in the trough.
Oh, it's actually making my legs ache.
Here are the benefits of ice cold water. Okay, number one, they've proven it boosts your immune system because it like shocks and refreshes all the cells. You get fresh blood flow, improves your circulation. Apparently it's good for your libido. You burn through calories. A whole host of great benefits. How are you doing? We're on 1 minute.
1. This is horrible. Give me some like survival tips here. Can you tell me how to get through this?
Never. You only need one. Never give up. Hang tight. Breathe. Think about something else. Here's a question for you. What?
If you killed your cameraman in one of your YouTube videos. Can you imagine? I bet loads of people would watch it, to be fair.
It's been through the roof. Okay, so what is the coldest you've ever been? I mean, we've done a lot of probably over 100 now, big trips to weird, wacky, remote places. Coldest you've ever been?
The coldest trip, I can't even think straight, but the coldest trip we ever did was Siberia, definitely. The thing was, it was like you couldn't get your hands, it was like mega cold, but I mean obviously we had like big down kit on, didn't we, and everything. Yeah. But the second, you couldn't operate for longer than like 2 or 3 minutes, and then your hands started to really clamp up. I think with the wind chill it was getting down to like -70 or something crazy. It was like -40, wasn't it, with still wind.
Yeah, yeah.
And
everyone said don't go to Siberia in the winter time. We ended up doing a double shoot there. Do you remember that time where I tried to show that when you put metal on your skin it sticks? Yeah. I put the knife on my hand, it stuck to it, and the only way I could get the knife was then to pee on my hand. And that was really the start of a lot of urine things.
Yeah. I mean, to be brutally honest, I feel colder now than I did then. I mean, I'm seriously cold.
Yeah.
You're doing this every day.
I like it. Just
why?
I think it keeps.
Why? How can anyone like this?
It keeps you tough on the inside, I think. It's good. 3 minutes. Come on, though. We always do that little bit extra. We're going to go for 4 minutes. Here we go. 1 more minute.
All right. So just before, because I filmed you doing this loads, right? There was Canada when you dived under the ice. Yeah. I filmed you do ice submersion loads. But what do you like just before? Because I wasn't prepared for that, and I don't think that was a good thing for me, kind of physically or mentally, getting in there. So what are you doing before you prepare yourself before you do something like this?
I think, like the scouts, I try and be prepared. You know, I think mentally, no, it's going to hurt. You know, but also it's not going to last forever. I always think you've got a golden 5 minutes in ice water where the adrenaline is high, and you can use that before you start losing your motor skills. You can't, you know. Once you can't do that, touch your fingers together, then you can't light a fire or tie a shoelace, you know, to get dressed or anything. So you've got to use that golden 5 minutes to work hard, get through the river, get in and out of the lake, and get warm. Also, the more you do it, I think it doesn't get much easier, but you know it's going to hurt, and you kind of accept it. You're such a legend. Look at you. Okay, we're done. Come on then. How are you feeling, Danny boy?
Well, inevitably, I'm very, very cold. I can't believe that you would do this for fun, like, you know.
The best is in winter when there's snow on this, you know, snow on the ground. Yeah, come out, it's dark. I love it.
Cheers, mate. I want to say thanks. Massive respect, mate, honestly. That's one that, you know, that's just a little taste of what you do a lot.
Dan is always so modest, and the truth is he's always beside me in these moments in the wild. He's tougher. He's stronger, he's more capable, he makes much less fuss, as the truth is, in these situations. And I always say with our crew, they do everything I do, but backwards, carrying a camera, the unsung heroes in my life. Dan is one of them, as are these guys, Pete and Mungo and Scott and Ben. Such a great team, and a core reason why we're all still alive and having fun. So well done, guys. Ice done. Boom.
Oh my god, that was not 3 minutes.
Horrible. Dan, the way you were acting, shivering and stuff.
Guys, I need you both back in there for some pickups. Can we do one more for sound?
In my life.
I think when my mother came in.
That was actually bad.
Did you get my mother?